Good morning, guys. It's the Intuitive Designer 333. Well, this morning I'd like to clarify one thing. I know yesterday I said it was the full moon instead of the new moon in Libra, the house of balance and friendship, but it was the new moon yesterday. So a lot of changes, a lot of things, a lot of emotions going on. So basically, it's about the balance. I want to talk about that this morning. How do you balance, you know, your life, your new lifestyle, your journey throughout life right now, because it's really hard, to stay on your path. So during this time, it offers you an opportunity. It aligns you with balancing, an opportunity to balance your life in terms of, well, all aspects, health, love, relationships, um, furthering your career, job opportunity. It's giving you the chance to either opt in or opt out. So that's creating a balance in what your path should be or where you want your path to go. So, and hopefully everything we're talking about here is for the greater good. A lot of times when I say these things, I know people are like, well, what if my greater good is to be an axe murderer? Well, that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about for the greater good, being your authentic self and living for the greater good and kindness and service of not only yourself and others. So I wanted to clarify that as well, because a lot of people don't understand when I'm saying, be your authentic self, living your authentic life. You know, they're thinking, oh, does that mean that includes people that are on the shadow part of things, the negative, the dark horses? No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about living for the greater good of every being. So, the first thing is, like I said, creating that balance in your life and knowing how to do that. That's something that you have to train yourself for. A lot of people don't understand that, everything that I'm talking about here, this is not something that you just wake up, if we could, that would just be awesome. If everybody just could wake up and just be perfect and on their path and living their purpose, being their authentic self. A lot of times there's always going to be challenges and battles throughout, but karmic cycles that you have to go through, but you could still keep working on that path for your future self and for your past self. So you could correct the balance out the karmic debts from the past as well as the future as you're doing the work for yourself in the present. So the first step is to acknowledge these things when you see them, when you see those red flags, when you see, these old habits, old coping mechanisms, old behaviors that come back up, that rear their ugly head back and bring you back into the same, cycles that don't bring you anywhere, that don't clear your debt, that just keeps, piling up. And if you see something that you know, or feel something that is going to bring you back into debt, like, why do it? Why walk that path? Like, just, be strong enough, have the strength, and how you gain that strength. And I am a 100% believer in that. Like I said, I'm going to share my secrets with you with what I do. The best thing you could do is to fast. Fasting and cleansing. Those are the steps that you take to build your strength, your inner and your outer strength, to gain momentum in these battles. You may not win them all, but you're going to win a few if you have that strength to maintain during these times when the battle is rough. And like I said, most of the time, these journeys are done in solitude, are done, alone, not with anybody there to support you. If you're lucky enough, you have a support team or you have a supportive person there that understands the path that you're trying to lead and encourages you throughout that path. But a lot of times people don't have those support systems. That's why I said I'm building this channel, is also to be a vehicle for that, to let you know you're not alone in this, that this is a journey we could take together. We could keep, making these steps, heading towards our greater good, our purpose together, because it's not something that you just get over real quick and you could just maintain, and you just do one thing or you do one cleanse and all of a sudden you're perfect and everything is all your karmic debt is paid and everything is healed. No, it doesn't work that way. Sometimes you accumulate the debt while you're here, while you're doing the process of the journey. That's something to keep in mind as well. So please be mindful. That's another thing. Be mindful and intentional in what you're doing. That's how you create the balance. Not only, like I said, with the fasting and the cleansing, the baths, the spiritual work within yourself. Sometimes you can't go to somebody to help you. Sometimes you have to start with helping yourself and clearing yourself first before you could get help. So those cleansings, the mindset, being mindful and intentional in what you're doing and what you're trying to clear, what you're trying to reach, your goals you're trying to reach, is very important, so you don't get sidetracked. All those things balance you out. Like I said, it would be awesome if we had that support at all times, but sometimes your journey is alone. There's no help. Literally, there's no help but yourself. So I'm gonna put my money on you. I'm betting on you 100% that you can make this. If you keep continuously working on your journey and being mindful and intentional in what you're doing. Okay, guys. So that's the balance. That's how you keep it going. There's more to come. Stay tuned and be good.